Hi, welcome back or welcome to my channel. It's Sunshine Lorena. Hi guys, so I'm going to be taking you through my July TBR. Can you believe we are 6 months through the year? Because I cannot. Don't know where this year's went, but here we are. Another month, another TBR. I haven't done one in a couple of months. So I'm looking forward to, giving the TBR a go, because in April, if you've seen my other video, it did not go well, guys. So April, May, terrible reading months. June has been better, and you will see that when I do my wrap up. So yes, what I tend to do when I do these TBR videos is I have a jar, I have prompts, and I pick 5 prompts from the jar and then pick a book based on the prompts. So that's what I'm going to be doing just now. And also this month there is a Summerween, guys, in July. I cannot wait. It's running from the 15th to the 21st. It's a week long, and it's being hosted by Gabby Reads and Olivia Reads a Latte. I was supposed to be taking part in Spring Flingaween back in April, but like I said, didn't go well, guys. Did not go well my reading that month, so I didn't end up taking part, but I'm looking forward to it. The Ween readathons, I absolutely love it. Bringing like Halloween to other parts of the year and stuff, so it's super exciting. So I will be taking you through my TBR for that, which I have set out. I'll take you through that after the jar prompts. I'm hoping that the jar is nice, so that I can kind of maybe double up some books from this with my Summerween TBR. We'll have to wait and see how that works out, because I really don't have like 10 books in my TBR, after just coming out of like a slump. So yeah, there's that. And quickly, just before I get into the jar prompts, picking the prompts, I have one book that I do need to read this month, and that is So Happy For You, and it's by Cecilia Lasky. This is a NetGalley ARC. It came out on the 7th of June. I actually got an email the other week from HQ, the publishers, because I have reviewed some of their some ARCs for them before. They kind of sent it to me and said, hey, it's still here because it's not getting archived until August, so it automatically goes approved for it. The premise sounds really good. I'll take you through it just a moment. So I was like, yes, I need to read it. Also, I have seen that Gabby Reads has done a vlog reading this. I've not watched it yet because I don't want to any spoilers, but it does look like she did enjoy it, and she does enjoy a good thriller like I do as well, so I have high hopes. So this one, it says Bridesmaids meets Black Mirror. Love Bridesmaids, love Black Mirror, it sounds amazing. I love books that take place around weddings, whether it be a thriller or a romance. Love that setting. So this book features 2 best friends who've been friends since childhood, and they've been through everything together, from Robin coming out to the death of Ellie's dad. But when Ellie asks Robin to be her maid of honour, Robin is reluctant. It's not that Robin isn't happy for Ellie, she just hates everything about weddings and marriage. Plus the guy Ellie's engaged to. There is also the matter of the crazy, not to mention dangerous, wedding rituals that couples are resorting to in the hopes of securing a lifetime of happiness. Despite her misgivings, Robin finally says yes, but as the wedding day approaches, she gets the feeling that everyone in the bridal party is out to get her. And it seems Ellie's willing to do anything for the perfect day. After all, marriage is about sacrifice. So that sounds amazing, absolutely amazing. I want to try and read it before the 15th of July, so it's not going to be my Summerween TBR, otherwise it would have been pretty good to have a Summerween one. But yes, anyway guys, let's just get into the picking the prompts from the jar and seeing what books I'm going to pick. Pick number 1. Ebook. Okay, so for ebook, I have went with The Haunting of Hill House by Shirley Jackson. I'm borrowing this from the library. It's an ebook, the ebook prompt. And yeah, I've been wanting to read this for a while. I've never read anything of Shirley Jackson's before, so I'm really, really intrigued. I've never watched the Netflix series, so finally I can read the book and then watch the series. So this is one of the best known books by Shirley Jackson, so I think it's personally, I think it's a good one to start with. And I know then there's also We Who Always Lived in a Castle, but this is the one that you'll hear people speaking about the most. So in this one, 4 seekers have arrived at the rambling old pile known as Hill House. Dr. Montague, an occult scholar looking for solid evidence of psychic phenomena, Theodora, his lovely assistant, Luke, the future inheritor of the estate, and Eleanor, a friendless, fragile young woman with a dark past. They begin to cope with horrifying occurrences beyond their control or understanding. They cannot possibly know what lies ahead. For Hill House is gathering its powers, as soon as it will choose one of them to make its own. So yeah, that's it. It's only 256 pages, so it's not too long. You know, we don't want such a heavy TBR. Pick number 2. Romance. So the next one, a romance, and I've chosen The Plus One Pact by Portia McIntosh. This was a book that I bought last summer, but it was a blind date book, and I still have the cover. I haven't gotten around to read it yet, but I still have like the blind date cover, which I thought was really cute. So I had no idea what was in there. It was only £2. So yeah, there's that. It was super cute. Which I think is a really good idea. The only thing is, whoever obviously wrapped it up, and I don't think you can see it on camera, but they obviously wrapped it up and then wrote their descriptions and pants. It's a little bit, you know, marked, which is a bit annoying, but it is what it is. So yeah, I've been wanting to read this for a while. Again, it is not a big book. It is only like 266 pages. You know, we're trying to keep it short and light this month. So in this one, Cara is officially run out of men. Her most recent dates have gone from bad to worse, and when her dating app informs her there's no one left in her area to choose from, she is at a dead end. But with the summer of events ahead of her, she needs to find a solution, fast. Someone to keep her company at the never-ending weddings, family gatherings, and gender reveal parties that she can't face going to alone. So when she meets handsome, confident Millsy on a night out, she may be just in luck. They could not be more different in personality, but what if they made a pact to help each other out and to be the plus one for the summer? Just as friends, of course. So yes, it sounds fun, and like I said, I like the fact that it's a little blind date book and it's super cute. And yeah, I think it's going to be perfect. It is obviously set across summer, so it is the season to be reading it, so perfect. Pick number 3. Five-star prediction. And next we have 5-star prediction, and so it was either late last year or early this year I did my 5-star predictions. My plan was to, like, you know, read them early on in the year, or at least in the first half of the year, and then like do another video, you know, and see, was I right, was I wrong? I've only read 2 of those 5-star predictions, so I still have 3. So the one that I've chosen is The Turn of the Key by Ruth Ware. I've only read 1 book by her so far, and that was earlier this year, and that was One by One. It was like snowy atmospheres. I read it in winter. One, like, you know, I thought it was good. It was like a 3-star, but I know that she has some really good books, and this is the one that everyone always speaks about. I picked this up in a charity shop last summer. Such a great find because it's in such good condition. It was only 50p, amazing. So in this one, it is a thriller, in case you don't know, and when Rowan comes across the advert, it seems too good to be true. A live-in nanny position with an extremely generous salary. What she doesn't know is that she's stepping into a nightmare, one that will end with the child dead and her in a cell awaiting trial for murder. She knows she's made mistakes, but she's not guilty, at least not of murder, which means someone else is. So yes, it's supposed to be really good. I think it might be a Smart House. I can't remember, but I feel like somebody mentioned that before, but I'm not 100% sure. But I think, yeah, I love a good thriller. I love reading thrillers in summer, in fact, all times of the year, but I've heard such great things about this, and I think it's going to be really, really good. Pick number 4. Free pick, yay! And then the next one is a free pick, guys. Love the fact that this came out, so, you know, I just got to choose what I wanted to. And I've actually went with an audiobook from Scribd. I haven't been using Scribd as much over the last couple of months because my reading has been terrible, as mentioned. But yeah, I'm starting to, like, pick up again on Scribd, and yeah, the audiobooks are really helping me get through. I do also have a link in my bio if you ever want to sign up and get 2 months free. I would get a month free as well. The one that I picked for my free pick is Curse of the Mummy's Tomb, and it's a classic goosebumps. It's an audiobook. It's only like 3 hours and 19 minutes, guys. It's by R.L. Stine. Totally forgot to mention the author's name in case you don't know. So it's a middle grade horror. They are quick. So they're really quick, these ones, because I can listen to like 2 times the speed. Like I said, I'm trying not to have like a super heavy TBR this month, which is why I went with such a short audiobook. And yeah, I started going back to Goosebumps again, like last October when I had like that massive TBR, really helped me get through all like the Halloweeny stuff. And yeah, so like, you know, those throwback vibes to when I was a kid in the 90s, you know, the Goosebumps TV show, I read some of the books, and yeah, so it's gonna be really quick and easy to get through. It's like I said, it's like middle grade kind of horror. In each one we follow like different kids and the situations they are with different like things, scary things kind of going on. And this one we're following Gabe, and he is exploring the tunnels of an ancient Egyptian pyramid. Unfortunately, Gabe is also lost, and Gabe is not alone. Someone else is in the pyramid too. Someone or something. Yeah, a super short synopsis, but I think it's going to be really good, nice, easy read to tick off my TBR, because we want to try and actually achieve reading the books that we have in the TBR this month, guys. Fifth and final pick. Non-fiction. And the last TBR dark pick is non-fiction, guys. So for this one, I've actually picked an ebook off of my Kindle because my Kindle TBR is really big, guys, and we really need to try and cut that down. This has also been on my Kindle for quite a few years, like several, and you know, I need to try and tick them off. I also don't have that much non-fiction, so honestly did not have too much of a choice of the stuff that I already owned. And the great thing about this is it's also on the Rory Gilmore list, and I did say I was going to read 10 books this year from the Rory Gilmore list, and I've only read 2 so far, so we are 100% failing at that goal. So at least, you know, to have another one ticked off would be really nice. So yes, I have chosen Wild by Cheryl Strayed. So at 22, Cheryl Strayed is thought she's lost everything. In the wake of her mother's death, her family scattered and her own marriage was soon destroyed. 4 years later, with nothing more to lose, she made the most impulsive decision of her life. With no experience or training, driven only by blind will, she would hike more than 1,000 miles of the Pacific Crest Trail from the Moab Desert through California and Oregon to Washington State. And she would do it alone. So yeah, so it's about her like journey on this like trail. I assume it touches on like parts of her life. It's, with it being non-fiction, it's kind of, I assume it has those biographical elements. I've not seen the film. I know it's it has Reese Witherspoon in it, but I've never seen it. I'm really intrigued by it, and like I said, it's an added bonus that it's a Rory Gilmore book. And yeah, amazing. So now we can get on to the Summerween TBR, guys. I'm so excited. Like I said, it's the 15th to the 21st, being hosted by Gabby Reads and Olivia Reads a Latte. And it is, yeah, to bring Halloween into summer, basically. So there is a few different prompts. They don't go heavy on the prompts. They make it really easy for people to try and achieve. I'm really looking forward to it. The thing is, the week that it's on, it coincides with me being on a trip, so I have had to be very careful with books I've chosen to try and allow me to like kind of achieve this, because I failed in April, like didn't even start it, guys. That's how bad my slump was. And yes, also because I'm going to be like busy a lot of the time, so I'm trying to go with easier books because I'm not exactly going to be, you know, sat down at a pool. But I will be vlogging the whole experience, so you can get some like exciting extra different stuff whilst I'm actually taking part in a Summerween as well. And I had like thought, oh, when Summerween comes, I'm maybe going to try and do like multiple vlogs, either maybe not daily, but I thought maybe every 2 days or something, but that isn't the case. It's not going to be possible this time. But yeah, let's just get into the prompts, and I'll let you know what I'm reading, and you'll see if the jar was helpful for me this month. So there are 5 prompts, 4 are bookish ones and 1 is non-bookish. The 5th one is not a bookish one, and that's bake or make a treat with your spooky read. I'm not too sure what I'm going to do for this one yet. I will figure out near to the time. I do have the very first day where I am actually here, so it needs to happen on the first day of the readathon that I do it. Otherwise I'm really going to struggle to have like a spooky treat with my reading. So okay, and now for the bookish prompts. First one is read a book in the dark or at night. Okay, this one I have chosen The Curse of the Mummy's Tomb by R.L. Stein because it's a super short audiobook. I will probably listen to it 2 times the speed because it is for children, so it's quite easy for me to listen to it at that speed, and I can have like the curtains closed and be in the dark and not have to worry about having a light or anything. Again, I'm going to try and do that the first day. Yes, I can get it ticked off and out of the way and done, and yes, that is why I chose that book earlier on in my TBR, because yeah, it's going to make it easier for my Summerween TBR to get it done and achievable. Then the next one is read a book with Halloween colours. Now, you know, they said, you know, black and orange, or, you know, you can even use red if you want to. People mentioned purple and green. Halloween, obviously orange is like a big colour, black obviously heavily involved, but I also think of red a lot, and my initial thought was most of these books I've chosen for it, I could use it, but I did just realise when I was filming my jar picks and I picked The Turn of the Key, is like, oh, this is like orange, this is like very Halloweeny, apart from The Haunting of Hill House, which is also very Halloween cover, I would say. This, yeah. So we'll need to see, because like I said, I need to take this with me, and I was going to try and avoid not having a physical book with me that week, but we will see. Maybe I can take it, we'll see if there's space, because this would be the perfect one. Otherwise, like I said, The Haunting of Hill House would work, plus there's another one on this list that involves red, which I do associate Halloween with red as well, so that could work. So I'm not 100% exactly which book I will use, but we have options, guys. We have options, and that's the main point. Then we have read a book with haunt in the title, and guys, I chose The Haunting of Hill House by Shirley Jackson. You probably guessed all of this when I was going through my TBR when I chose the books I did, because yeah, they work with Summerween. I'm not going to go over the synopsis again, but yes, works well with this. Like I said, I'm burnt from the library, so it's an ebook. I can just even use it on my phone and quite easily have it with me all the time when I have a moment, just, you know, read it, so it works well. Then we have read a slasher, because, you know, summer, you know, slasher books are more summery. They tend to have more of those summery vibes, and they work well. So for this one, I've actually went with a YA horror book, and that is Clown in the Cornfield by Adam Cesare. And I've heard good things about it. The fact that it is like supposed to be YA, I don't think it's going to be too heavy either. It is also on script as an audiobook and an ebook, so I have the option to kind of switch between the two. Works well. Again, I can have it on my phone and carry it around with me, read it whenever I want. It works really well, and it's going to be good when I'm really busy and travelling about and stuff. So in this one, Quinn Maybrook just wants to make it until graduation. She might not make it to the morning. Quinn and her father moved to tiny, boring Kettle Springs to find a fresh start. But since the Bipen corn syrup factory shut down, Kettle Springs has cracked in half. On one side are the adults who are desperate to make Kettle Springs great again, and on the other are the kids who want to have fun, make prank videos, and get out of Kettle Springs as quick as they can. Kettle Springs is caught in a battle between old and new, tradition and progress. It's a fight that looks like it will destroy the town until Friendo, the Bay Pen mascot, a creepy clown in a pork pie hat, goes homicidal and decides that the only way for Kettle Springs to grow back is to cull the rotten crop of kids who live there now. Got those slasher vibes. I think it's going to be like an easy read, a very summery kind of vibe to it, and yeah, like I said, I've heard about it, so yeah, I'm expecting it to be good. And that is the one that obviously has red on the cover, so like I said, it could work for read a book of Halloween colours. It could work for read a book of Halloween colours as well. And that was the last prompt for Summerween. So yes, I managed to get most of those on my actual TBR, so I don't have too many books to read. I have 6 books in my TBR, which I think is really manageable, especially since I'm just coming out of a slump. So I think, yeah, it's going to work well. And yeah, let me know if you're taking part in Summerween, what you're reading, if you have read any of these books that I'm going to be reading in July. Comment, like, subscribe, and I hope you see you in the next one. Bye!